Start off the lesson today. This is again 3.1 from college algebra. And the vertex of a parabola. Again, if the parabola is a function, which means it's opening up or down, we get the vertex, or the x-coordinate of the vertex, by taking negative b over 2a. Now, this negative b over 2a is the exact same negative b over 2a that you would get if you had it set up in the form of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, which is again where we pulled the values for our quadratic formula. So here the negative b over 2a comes from here. So b is 5, so we get negative 5 over 2 times negative a, or I'm sorry, 2 times a, which would be negative 3. So we get 5/6 as being the x-coordinate of the vertex. Now, we want the entire vertex, not just the x-coordinate. We want the entire vertex. So at this point right here, to get the y-coordinate, we figure out what is f of 5/6. So let's look at this real quick. I've got negative 3 times 5/6 squared plus 5 times 5/6 minus 4. All right, 5/6 squared is 25/36. So I've got negative 3 times 25/36 plus 25 over 6. And then minus 4. So from here, the negative 3 goes into 36 negative 12 times, but I'll keep the negative here. So this becomes negative 25 over 12 plus 25 over 6 minus 4. So at this point right here, what we're going to look at doing is we're going to look at getting the common denominator. This common denominator would be 12. So I have negative 25 over 12 plus 50 over 12. And then it's going to be minus 4 is the same thing as 48 over 12. All right, so from here, we get 25 over 12 minus 48 over 12, which becomes negative 23 over 12. So that is the y-coordinate of the vertex. So the point of my vertex is 5/6 as the x-coordinate, negative 23/12 as the y-coordinate. Now, thinking about what this looks like as we sketch it out, this is going to be a parabola. The leading coefficient is negative, so that means it opens downward. And because it opens downward, this vertex right here is actually going to be a maximum. The vertex of a parabola that's a function is either going to be a maximum value or a minimum value. If it opens downward, the vertex is a maximum value. If it opens upward, then the vertex is a minimum value. So we're going to get to sketch this graph right here. I'm going to sketch this graph by finding the vertex and also any intercepts. So the first intercept I'm going to find is just f of 0. F of 0 would be 0 squared minus 5 times 0 plus 6. So I get the point 0, 6 over 0 and up 6. This would be your y-intercept. Thinking about a line, y equals mx plus b. That constant term is the y-intercept. Well, it happens to be the constant term here as well, so it's the intercept here. Again, the function is written as a polynomial function in that form, we can do that. All right, now let's find the x-intercepts. The x-intercepts here, if they exist, are going to be what we get when we factor it and set it equal to 0. So this factors into x minus 3 times x minus 2. So x equals 3 and x equals 2. So that's going to be the point 3, 0 and the point 2, 0. So far what our graph looks like is we've got over 2, 0 and over 3, 0. And then we have the point over 0 and up 6. So we're crossing these points right here. Now, to get the vertex, again, I'm going to do negative b over 2a, and then figure out what the y value is for that coordinate. So, from here, let me erase the first problem. And we get the negative of negative 5 over 2 times 1. So 5 halves is the x-coordinate of our vertex, which we should expect it to be halfway between your two x-intercepts. Now to figure out the y-coordinate at this point, it's 5 halves squared minus 5 times 5 halves plus 6. So this becomes 25 over 4 plus, minus 25 over 2 and then plus 6. 25 over 4 minus 50 over 4 is going to be negative 25 over 4. And then plus 6, which is 24 over 4, gives me negative 1 over 4. So my vertex of my parabola is over 5 halves and down 1/4. So my vertex over and then down this far, and we swing up, and that is what our parabola should look something like, especially if your teacher had neat handwriting. There will be a second video posted in just a second.